A My Hero Academia. Chapter 425 is here. We get another time skip to June, the graduation ceremony. Deku is officially a second-year student and a new student joins Class 2. Now, however, a mysterious character appears. Sit back, relax, and let's go through it all. The chapter's title is Out of Season. The chapter starts with Tamaki and Nejire receiving their diplomas. Several male students are crying because they're sad that Nejire is graduating. Present Mike is DJing and says that since they don't have cherry blossoms, he's going to liven up the graduation ceremony. Kirishima says it feels more like a festival than a graduation, and the narrator reveals it's already June. Tamaki asks Nejire if her injuries have healed and says that it's all thanks to Mirio since he kept taking care of them in the flying UA after they were defeated. The narration then begins to describe everything Nezu has done in this reconstruction project. He is a well-known figure worldwide and was already negotiating with other countries, preparing to deal with the consequences of the war. Mick thanked Mawata Fuwa for the student's speech and calls the graduate's representative, Mirio Togata. Mirio takes the stage and makes a very formal introduction, which surprises all the students who were expecting a joke. Mirio says that they lost many things and gained nothing. The heroes are always trying to turn negatives into zero. The students from all the departments used everything they learned at UA to help in the war, but they still haven't managed to go back to square zero. They've studied for 3 years to prepare for what comes next, and the finish line isn't today. There won't be a bright future without humor, so their goal is to create a world of positives, not zeros in which everyone can smile. Just watch, Sonai Ai. Mirio then activates his quirk, and the Kenranzaki Bibimi giant eyelashes car crashes into the stage. All the students laugh, and Mirio says goodbye to the second and third years. So, Mirio and the other third-year students graduate, and they go to start their careers outside UA. This makes the heroes of Class 1 a second-year students, so from now on, I'll try to refer to them as Class 2A. And it's crazy that the events of the entire series covered just the first year of the academy, and I kind of hoped the series would continue until we see Deku graduate, but unfortunately, this is not the case. Also, this confirms what Horikoshi mentioned in the previous chapter about going back to the title of the series. So, the events of this entire chapter are in UA, except for the end of the chapter, where we see a mysterious character. Cut to the 2A, temporary classroom, and we see that Aizawa is their teacher. Ashido is very happy that they're having classes with Aizawa again. Sero asks Bakugu if he shouldn't be in hospital, and he says that the doctor allowed it, as long as he keeps quiet. Aizawa asks Aoyama to enter the classroom, and he announces that he's leaving UA. Jiru asks if he hasn't changed his mind, and Aoyama says that even Tsukochi said he could stay, but he feels that leaving is the right thing to do. Since he joined UA at All for One's request, he feels he had no right to go to the third year's graduation ceremony. So, as an atonement, he's going to walk the path of heroism from scratch. After all, he held the hand Deku reached to him. Aoyama then starts to cry while smiling as he offers Deku a cheese. Aoyama tells Aizawa that one day he will stand side by side with his friends. The students are moved by his attitude, and to stop them from crying, Aoyama starts shooting lasers in all directions, and apparently he can control his lasers even better than at the culture festival. And, in my opinion, this is the best possible solution for Aoyama. He was forced to join UA and work for All for One. I don't think he should go to jail because he is just a child, and All for One literally threatened to kill his parents. However, he acted as a spy and he helped All for One multiple times throughout the series. On the other hand, he helped a lot at the end, so while he doesn't deserve to go to jail, I don't think it's appropriate for him to just rejoin his class as if nothing has happened. So it looks like he's leaving to find his way back to heroism, and that leaves an open spot in Class 2A, which takes us to the next reveal. Aoyama reveals a surprise. Shinso is going to be joining Class 2A, and I'm really happy to see this. Shinso is one of my favorite characters. His character is one of the main reasons why I like My Hero Academia. I mean, when you first learn about his quirk, you might think that his power is just broken. Shinso's quirk is similar to Inumaki's cursed speech, but Horikoshi brilliantly nerfed it. Shinso at the start of the series couldn't even join the hero course, but through hard work and discipline, he can improve and earn a place in Class 2A. This gives depth to Shinso's character and the entire series. The power scaling of the series isn't just based on who has the most powerful quirk, and Mirio is another example of this. At first his quirk is useless, but through years of training and hard work, he is now the top graduate of UA. At the same time, Mirio isn't broken. He helped a lot during the war, but he had limits. What I'm saying is Horikoshi carefully and perfectly balances the powers of his characters, which gives them more depth and makes the series more realistic, which is something the author of Boruto needs to learn. Anyways, the students are so excited that Aoyama even feels left out and fires the lasers again. Aoyama's lasers make Hagakure visible, and no, she is wearing her uniform. Mineta is shocked. He's about to say, "There was a goddess among us this entire time." But Aizawa chokes him with his capture weapon. Mawata Fuwa then arrives in the classroom to update the second years on what they will do right now. The second and third years will be going around the country to keep it safer and help with the reconstruction under the leadership of Fuwa. History books will talk about the period after All Might's retirement and after the Battle of Deku, but much of this chaos will not be documented, so it looks like our heroes won't be studying the standard UA curriculum. The majority of their work will be outside, helping and restoring the world. Shoto says that it was during a chaotic period like this that All for One was born. Fuwa says goodbye, and that she envies 2A for not having gone through Aizawa's expulsion prank. That was scary, but it was also what made her understand why she wanted to become a hero. Fuwa leaves, and Deku still looks pensive. After school, the students say they're excited about the new first years arriving tomorrow. Deku goes to talk to Uraraka, but she interrupts, saying that he had to shave his hair because of surgery, and she hopes it grows back. Sato compliments Tokoyami's new look, because now his hair is all frizzy. Tokoyami says it wasn't intentional, but he likes it too. We see a panel of Uraraka smiling, while Deku still looks sad. And the entire exchange between Uraraka and Deku felt weird, and I feel like we'll figure things out in the upcoming chapter, and I think it's time for these two to become a couple. Next, we cut to a mysterious panting man walking through the destroyed streets. This isn't a character we know. He has black hair and is dressed very much like Kurogiri after he was arrested. He is crying while touching a destroyed wall, and we see a panel of a destroyed house, but no further information in this chapter. If I were to describe him, I'd say he looks like a fusion between Meek and Aizawa. Some are guessing this is Deku's father, just because Horikoshi said that he would reveal Deku's father before the end of the series, but I honestly don't know who this mysterious character, and I won't even try to guess. Next, Deku asks Shoto if he's going to Aoyama's farewell party, and he says yes, as long as it's not today. Deku looks worried, but Shoto says he'll be okay. He takes a step in the opposite direction, and we see Endeavor in a wheelchair facing some kind of giant machine. The chapter ends here, and we have a 2-week break. And the most reasonable explanation here is Endeavor is looking at the machine that is keeping Darby alive. During the battle, Darby inflicted a lot of harm to himself, but we didn't see him die. I guess we'll understand more in the next chapter.